Alright everybody, this is a video update. Bear with me a second. I don't feel my best right now, so just bear with me. Alright, now what I want you to do is take a look at my eyes and take a snap screenshot, especially when I look forward and as I'm looking forward to the left and right. So I'm going to go ahead and deliberately do those things, and I'm going to open my eyes up a little wider too as I do them. And you want to take snap screenshots of my eyes as I'm doing these things, okay? Hold on a second. I feel like total shit. Alright, so check. And you want to also pay attention to how my face is white up in here, around my eyes, around towards my temple. It goes all the way from the ears, okay, to around here, and then back over to the ear, and then back through. Now, let me just show you the eyes here real first. Take snap screenshots and then zoom in on them, baby. Oh, absolutely. Okay, so you ready? Alright, so here we go. And I'm even going to take snap screenshots. I don't think that's going to interrupt the video. Okay. So take snap screenshots right now. Then to the right, then back forward to the front. Now, a little while ago, I made a video. Hold on one second. A little while I made a video, and when I made the video, I said, you want to look at how my eyes look after you take snap screenshots on the video, and you're going to see a lot of you're going to see possibly an outline of the remote neural monitoring islands implants in my eyes from the middle of the eye down. And that's because I took a photo right before I made the video, and then when I looked at the photo, you could see that there was eye fluid and water sacs that had formed from the middle of the eye down all the way across the eye that pushed that made a partial view of the non-consensual remote neural monitoring islands implants in my eyes outwardly apparent. Then when I got done making the video, I watched it, and it was actually the opposite concerning what the video was showing. It was showing the same type of outline and the little bubbles, but it was showing it towards the top. And I thought, how the hell is that possible? Because I just took a photo and it was showing the opposite. So I don't know what's going on there. Okay, so what you want to do is take, because you wouldn't believe what I'm seeing on my home screen right now. Hold on. Excuse me. Oh. Let me see if I can do something here. Now, by the way, I just saw a video on Twitter, not even a half hour ago, of a guy, I think it's from an account from a targeted individual of gang stalking in Michigan. I think it's Haskins, Michigan or something like that. And he's got a video literally showing directed energy weapon beams on the video being caught in his backyard at night, going down from the sky into his house. Literally, I took snap screenshots of it and then sent the tweet to my email account with the snap screenshots. Now, so what happens here, in fact, let me get something out here so I can kind of like complement my statement so you don't think that, just so you don't think anything like this is not possible or anything like that. Well, for one, these are non-consensual biofilm light crystal ocular implants put in my eyes, and they enable the perpetrators to see through your eyes through brain-to-computer interface. Hold on a second. Remote neural monitoring directly connected to gang stalking crimes. That's why I look like shit, because when the head is targeted, let me show you what they look like when they were caught in a Periscope, live Periscope video. Let me hold that up better so you can see it better. Okay. These are photos from a Periscope video made on June 3rd, 2020, and they've been caught in massive videos since, including in 3 videos just recorded from my phone on September 2nd, 2021. Those 3 videos are in the YouTube account you're watching this video through. So go into my videos, you know, your videos section of the YouTube account, click on it, and then go to the videos dedicated to September 2nd, 2021. These are photos from a live Periscope video that caught them. And you'll see how the eyes got eye fluid bubbles and water sac bubbles on the surface of the eyes. That's what caused these islands implants to be pushed out, because they rest on the surface of the eyes, so that when the eye fluid bubbles start to appear and the water sac bubbles start to appear on the surface of the eyes, it pushes the back part of these ocular eye lens implants out, making them transparently visible, at other times making them partially visible. And what's creating the eye fluid sacs and water sacs is a direct result of extreme electromagnetic weapons torture to the head, face, and the area. And you should also know, at the same time I'm enduring this, my brain is also being forced to process what is known as ultrasonic sound bone conduction torture. So those two technologies being forced upon the brain and skull and areas of the face at the same time causes massive traumatic brain injury, massive nonstop consecutive concussions, but it also heats up the brain fluid, the eye fluid, the water around the eyes and in the eyes. It causes them to literally be cooked like you're boiling an egg, which is what the bubbles are. Okay. Now, when the bubbles of the eye fluid sacs and water sacs form on the surface of the eyes, it pushes the back part of the eye lens implants out, making them partially visible, and at other times making them almost wholly visible. And this is the evidence today, baby cakes, that you're witnessing in real time, which is why you need to take snap screenshots, like right now. I'm literally being sadistically tortured every single day, including while I sleep. Literally. Okay? By these satanic mass murdering filthy whores. Okay? And if I get out on the street, not blocking a sidewalk, not bothering a soul, and hold up a big sign saying research gang stalking, electromagnetic weapons torture, gang stalking, human trafficking, remote neural monitoring, voice to skull, they'll stage an event. They'll prop up homeless people, social deviants, punks, criminals or crazies, students, people with their kids who will act like they're in the neighborhood for a normal apparent excuse, and then they'll report you so the police have normal apparent reason for probable cause to approach you to set you up to either put you in a psychiatric ward and or to ticket or arrest you. Or they'll stage an event where you're assaulted, or they'll claim that somebody called us because somebody's out here drunk or doing illegal behavior. Welcome to gang stalking. That's the gang of gang stalking. That's part of the gang of gang stalking. I'm predicting it right fucking now. And today's date is September 18th, 2021. My name is Dusty Williams. I'm literally being subject to non-stop organized stalking, gang stalking along all my routes. I can't even walk up the fucking street. Literally, this is literally that bad. Okay? So, you ask yourself, how did these get in my eyes? Because I have only had surgery once in my entire life where anesthetics was... I've only had surgery once in my entire life. And that was when I had wisdom teeth pulled in 85. 85. My fellow American citizens, what you're about ready to hear is going to blow your mind. So let me rewind it just a little bit. And I apologize that this wasn't completely set up before I started the video. I'm going to rewind this and play it just for a few minutes, and hopefully I'll rewind it back to a spot where it's exposing the main things. I don't have my glasses on. I feel like total shit. Okay, I'm going to open up my eyes and look straight. Okay, the government don't give a flying fuck about the mass murder it's creating through this crime. It don't give a flying shit about the torture that it's intentionally, purposely perpetrating through this crime, but they do care about exposure because they know they're committing crime. Absolutely. Who do you think manages the community-based gang stalking? A fly? I don't think so, baby cakes. Look at that. Would you just look at that? Now, do you really think that this is being effected for these types of physical manifestations through a ghost or a mental illness? A mental illness cannot produce physical manifestations. And by the way, these are physical objects in my eyes. Listen to this.
Shifting, yet they're still being victimized, not only with hearing voices in their head, hearing voices of their perpetrators in their surroundings.
That's Voice to Skull and ELF broadcasting that he just stated. Google that to gang stalking.
But being attacked with directed energy, which can cause headaches, heart palpitations, muscle spasms, muscle twitching, heartburn, just a variety of symptoms. Now, some of that can also be done with the EEG entrainment, as we talked about, that you can actually bombard the brain with a foreign frequency It corresponds to the EEG tracing of someone with, let's say, flu-like symptoms. Well, if your brain is bombarded with that external frequency, it will slowly entrain that frequency, and then you will display the symptoms of the desired trait that they're trying to make you display.
Yes. Yeah. This is good information. This is stuff that people need to hear. And so and I would imagine this could be some of the extremes of this harassment. But is there, like, how does it progress? What's the end? Where does it go once, like, they say they're harassing someone, they've heard the ringing, now they're hearing the voices, and then what? Then what happens?
Well, typically what happens once the ringing turns to voices, the victim usually realizes that they're under some type of surveillance. The unfortunate thing with this type of voice-to-skull or microwave auditory effect type hearing is that it's designed for only the target to hear. In 1996, the Army came out with their addendum to the biologic effects of non-lethal weapons, where they talk about the microwave auditory effect and how even with microphones in the ear canal or microphones attached to the scalp, that the voices can't be recorded. And they go on to say, imagine the incapacitating effect on an enemy combatant when they begin to hear voices in their own head. Another high-ranking military official said, we now have the ability to talk someone to death. So the bad thing is once these victims tell their family members, tell their employer, tell their physician that they're hearing voices, well, I mean, in today's psychiatric community, if you're hearing voices your psychiatrist can't hear, then you're delusional or schizophrenic until proven otherwise.
So, do you see how they set this crime up? Now, when you go to Google and you research electromagnetic weapons torture and gang stalking, directed energy weapons torture and gang stalking, ultrasonic sound bone conduction, and check this out. Excuse me. I have at least about 4 different phones right now. I know you're wondering what's on my face here. I'm not going to discuss it. Just trust me, there's a reason for it. If I discussed it, you would thoroughly understand it and totally agree with it. So consider this and consider this well. There is, for one, most of the patents that are dedicated to this technology online, but you should also know they can fake patent dates, meaning that they can develop a technology back in the 50s and not apply for a patent that would be able to be accessible through Freedom of Information Act until the 70s or 80s. But yet they still had that technology back in the 50s. See, because our demonic government knows what it's always been doing with this technology, including using it for slavery. Okay, let me just backtrack also for a second. I know it might sound like I'm hopscotching a little bit here concerning information, but I want you to know another thing. I literally seen a video and harvested it in one of my email accounts over a year ago, and I'm still having problems finding it because I'm experiencing computer hacking and massive phone hacking and jamming. Massive. Oh my gosh. I can barely use my phone anymore concerning my apps. Okay? Oh, literally. And they're new phones, too. So check this out. Now, if you're seeing what I'm seeing, when I lift my eyebrows up, you're seeing the whiteness around here, and then around here, it goes to my temple, then comes up through here, and goes over here, and I've also got photos and videos showing it over through here and even around the mouth. Now, this video I'm referring to that I put in my email account about a year ago, I actually stumbled across it on the internet when I typed in at YouTube remote neural monitoring, and some videos came up concerning voice-to-skull. So I thought, well, you know, I got done watching a couple remote neural monitoring videos, and I thought, well, I'll just click on these and see what they're about. And it was a video that literally showed, check this out, it was literally a video, okay, that literally showed that when the microwave hearing effect is perpetrated against the ear, what it does, so the video had like these little dashes, white dashes in it, and the dashes represent the electron flow of the microwave auditory effect when it's flowing through the areas of the head that it flows through. So as the video was discussing and displaying what the microwave hearing effect is and its patent, Okay. It also went on 2 segments within the video to where they were showing a device being in the same room as a human being, the device being turned on, and then what they did was, the person who made the video, what he did was he showed a human face, and then it showed energy going through the ear, through here, up through here, and then back to the ear, and then back through again. And those little dashes, which is basically, they were moving little dashes, okay? And the dashes were supposed to represent the microwaves and the electrons of them. So basically what he was portraying is that when you're being hit with the microwave hearing effect, it goes through the ear, and then it can travel up through here, and that it does, they were saying it does travel through the ear, and then because it's using the skull, and including the bone, the faces of the bones as its conductor. Okay, that's ultrasonic sound bone conduction does the same thing too. And you can, if you're a victim of this crime, you can be hit with infrasound, ultrasonic sound, and the microwave hearing effect. Okay, so when I was watching this video and it was showing it was literally showing the energy flow going through the ear, and then going around there, going around there, going to this ear, and then going around, and then just traveling in a loop. Well, what do you think you see? If you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing right now pertaining to my face color, I got white up in here, going all the way around, this discoloration. I got it on my left temple, on my right temple, underneath my eyes, flowing around my nose, and in many of my videos, I got it literally shown on my nose in the same exact identical to a T way that it is showcased in the video. I've been looking for that video ever since I ran across it and sent it to my email account, because my goal was to send it to email account and include my blog for the sake of educated knowledge for the public and fellow victims who might run across my blog. Hold on one second, because I got to do something here real fast. Bear with me. I got to set the phone down. Bear with me. Okay, I was cooking some stuff and I had to take it out because I didn't want it to burn. Now, my fellow American citizens, you need to understand something about this crime. This crime concerning the satanic mass murdering whores who are hosting it against tens of thousands of victims. This what you're hearing right now has literally been exposed on national radio several times, including the shows I've been on. Okay, remote neural monitoring, voice to skull, gang stalking. Okay, I have been on national radio shows several times through the grace and glory, through the grace of God. You know, I just lucked out and was able to be on shows. And Clyde Lewis of Ground Zero is as far as I know, is a good guy. Okay, because he has extensively covered the show repeatedly. And if it wasn't for the fact of these types of national radio show hosts covering this crime, okay, then how are the general population even going to get a hint about it? Because the mainstream media won't cover it at all. And check this out. The only time gang stalking has been covered on the news when it comes to gangs, it's never been covered on the national news concerning the general crime itself, gang stalking alone, but it has been on the news a couple times concerning mass shooters. Now, I want you to know right off the bat, I will never be violent against anybody, even though I am intentionally provoked along my routes every time I go out and about in the community. Every time I go out and about in the community. And they've even gang stalked me on a massive scale to what it is. This crime intentionally made me homeless, right? Okay. And I lost everything because of this crime repeatedly. Okay, so I just decided to stay homeless because there's no sense in getting an apartment and then losing it again. Okay? Now, so, and research all my descriptions to gang stalking, like creating the homelessness of victims. Oh, absolutely. So check this out. Now, when Aaron Alexis, the Navy Yard shooter, when he did what he did, I was on the Ground Zero show on 9/17/2013, and I openly, and the show was about Aaron Alexis being gang stalked. And so this is 9/17/2013, right? So when I called up the show and was on the show, I said many things. I said, I'm being gang stalked along all my routes in San Diego. I said they propped up some homeless men to camp out directly around me who constantly yelled gang stalking, oh my God, every friggin' day on 9/17/13. I said they also repeat gang stalk along my routes. I got 8,700 audio files to indisputably prove it, and I got hundreds of videos of evidence videos online already on YouTube. Okay? So In fact, you can just go to YouTube and type in San Diego prosecutors and public defenders caught repeating gang stalkers, suck my dick, gang stalk, oh my god, and please excuse my language. And they're laughing as they're doing it. I had already had a video online showing me state 2 years prior that they were using homeless people for the same exact identical harassment in the same exact identical way, including laughing as they were doing it at a wooded area off of Gilman Road in San Diego. And then I caught the San Diego prosecutors and public defenders doing it in the courthouse 2 years later. Now, if that video is taken off my YouTube channel and or the YouTube channel disappears, that's being predicted right now. Abso-friggin-lutely, because the government will do everything and anything to cover its ass, lie about all their involvement in it, and label you as being mentally ill and or a threat to yourself or others and or claim you can't take care of yourself to lock you up in order so that they can continue the crime in the isolated environments they put you in, okay, while nobody is witness to it, while you don't have no resources to expose what they're doing to you while you're locked up. Oh, absolutely, okay, and then claim they got justified reasons for doing it, research that to gang stalking, jail, psychiatric floors, the whole 9 yards. It's nothing but organized crime in the system. So, I mean, because how much money do you think that you can make off a person in illegal probate control schemes if a person is compelled to go into anywhere and say, you know, I'm experiencing voices or some shit, right? All right? Let's voice the skull. And if they use voice the skull with voice morphine on you, they can trick you into going into those places. They can trick you into admitting that. They can trick you into saying it as you're making a fucking video. Neural influencing, neural weaponry. So on 9/17/2013, I literally stated my ex-husband was a submarine radar antenna electrician when I was married to him out here in San Diego in 83 and 84. Go to Google and research submarine radars and antennas to the microwave hearing effect. Okay, I didn't know nothing about gang stalking back then. I didn't find out about gang stalking online until June 9, 2009. Okay, so... And then I stated gang stalking victims can experience ELF transmissions, which you just heard John Hall. Go to YouTube and type in John Hall Satellite Terrorism and listen to his videos, hundreds of them online. So I said gang stalking victims can experience ELF weapons. Then the very next day, every single national radio show, every single national news station, every local news station across the country, and every newspaper across the nation, guess what was on the front page? Aaron Alexis scratched in on his gun. This is my ELF weapon. The exposure of this today, okay, is a direct fucking payback for the extreme, horrific, heinous crimes that I've endured throughout the entire campaign of this crime. The open gang stalking of me started in 2002 in Michigan. I have every right to say this. Because check this out. My heavenly... I know it might sound like I'm ranting right now, but just listen to me. Imagine this happening to you. Look at my face and how it looks. Okay, I'm just a human being, born free, created by my Heavenly Father, okay, born free through my parents. I bother no one, I break no laws, I don't do drugs, I don't drink, I don't hang around anybody at all, and have literally not hung around anybody for 1 second since I've been in San Diego, since August 8, 2011. I made that choice before coming to San Diego from Connecticut because they had socially infiltrated my life in Michigan. And that's how, in part, I ended up being human trafficked, in part. And they were directly connected to the extreme electromagnetic torture I endured in Michigan. Okay, hold on. Now, so, you know, do you honestly think for 1 second any entity, especially connected to the government, is ever going to admit they torture you for a second, let alone for years at a time, every single day and night? Do you really believe they're going to admit this? Hold on. Now, the remote neuromonitoring islands implants are used for visual entrainment, okay, for memory stimulation, for visual memory reference connected to thought creation and induction through, and that can include voice to skull, because I mentioned a minute ago that I had 4 separate phones. Every single one of these 4 separate phones, only 2 of them are in service right now, which nobody has the number to. I've never given my phone number to anybody, okay? Check this out. Each one of these 4 separate phones all together hold about 3,000 separate snap screenshots taken from my ultrasound detector app at over 30 different wooded areas, and all of them show massive readouts. So why the hell do you... And I've also taken some snap screenshots after bringing up the app along my routes. So why do you think ultrasonic sound would be in my environment, okay, at over 32 different wooded areas, and caught on bus routes, bus stops, and at Vaughn's grocery store? How is ultrasonic sound able to track me in order so that my ear processes it? I gotta go, because right now I'm literally being hit so bad in the back of my left cranium, which I have been hit nonstop in the back of the left cranium, while experiencing extreme ultrasonic sound burst and continuous extreme ultrasonic sound in the left ear for the past 36 hours, which is assisting when these two technologies are working together. It's what creates this evidence, because they're literally cooking my skull, my brain, and the brain fluid, and the eye fluid, and the water in the eyes, which creates the bubbles, because they're literally boiling my brain. And I literally saw a tweet on Twitter this morning, it was either this morning or last night, showing another gang stalking victim saying they're burning us, they're boiling us, and they're cooking us alive from the inside out. Okay? Now, when you put an egg in a bottle, in a pan of boiling water, and you see those little bubbles rise up and then disappear, and then other ones come up and then disappear, and then the same thing's repeated, that's the type of bubbles I'm referring to. Now, sometimes when they hit me really bad, the bubbles are bigger, and sometimes they're real slight. But when they appear on the surface of the eyes, and they appear as a result of the brain being cooked, the brain fluid being cooked, the eye fluid being cooked, and the water being cooked in the eyes and around the eyes, which is why you see these white circles. Okay? Absolutely. Absolutely. Recently, I just made a video and photos showing directed energy weapon burns in my mouth and on my tongue. Is that because they're hitting my cheek? Okay? Welcome to your sick bitch, mass murdering, torturing, demonic USA government, because I just don't give a shit. You have no right to do this to me. I am a human being. I have a right to exist in space and time without wild, sadistic whores torturing me to death daily. I have probably already got multiple forms of cancer. I wouldn't doubt it one bit. Okay? Literally. I mean, look at my eyes. Take snap screenshots of that and zoom in on them. Oh, absolutely. You're going to see the outline of these remote monitoring islands implants. And how the fuck did they get my eyes? All right, I got to go because I got to eat, and I got to put some stuff on my head to try and protect. They're targeting my left cranium right now, like for the last 36 hours, like you would not believe. And I brought up my ultrasound detector app, and you would not believe the readouts, all the way up to 71 dBSPLs at 31.6, 7, and 8,000 hertz, nonstop. And other victims who are on Twitter are using the same app and posting their results on Twitter through the same app. So do you really think that a ghost is causing these effects in my eyes? Do you honestly think that a mental illness can cause a physical manifestation? Do you honestly think a ghost or a mental illness from me, okay, or around me, a ghost around me or a mental illness in me can cause my ultrasonic sound app to pick up ultrasonic sound? And by the way, the creator of that app said in part the reason why the app was created is so people can use it to catch what? Voice to skull. I'm only using it to catch ultrasonic sound, but ultrasonic sound is a reported conduit for voice to skull. All right, I literally got to go because I feel like total shit. Look at my face. I mean, look at my face. And all of this targeting occurred right here at this fucking area. Boom. All right, I got to go because I got stuff to do. Everybody have a good day. Remember, take snap screenshots and zoom in on it, baby. Zoom in on it. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I know I'm acting a little goofy, but anyways. All right, but seriously. Okay, I gotta go. I try to keep a little bit of levity in my life in order to keep my spirits up. Take snap screenshots. I'm gonna take one right now. All right, everybody have a good day. September 18, 2021.